But UMG, man, UMG, Universal Music Group, they hit headlines. They decided that they wanted to sever ties with TikTok.
Yep.
This was a pretty big story. This is a pretty big story.
Yep.
Because TikTok is the biggest social media platform right now. Most content creators are on TikTok and doing things on TikTok. Me and Wifey just watched a little small documentary about TikTok creators, where this agency or this company has these TikTok creators live in a house and they create content in a house, and they're all the content creators are living in this one house together. And they're all TikTok creators that are like in their prime. They have like the most followers on TikTok or whatever the case may be. So they kind of collaborate with each other and they make content. And the people who are kind of curating it, of course, they're getting, a piece of it too, because they're bringing them all together. But it was just interesting to watch that, because I don't really know much about TikTok. Like I'm not a TikTok expert. We just started putting content on TikTok, like when we came back. So I'm still learning TikTok. I don't really know much about TikTok. So when I saw the UMG story, it got my attention, because I was like, wow, this is interesting. Because TikTok, a lot of people that make content on TikTok, there's music.
Yeah.
There's music. It's mainly music focused content. And of course there's a lot of other things. There's like people who give like unlicensed like advice and opinions and stuff like that.
It's 1,000 different topics. They got cooking stuff. They got people who tell like crazy stories. They got it's TikTok is people be on TikTok 3-4 hours just getting lost in the amount of different stuff that TikTok has. Yeah.
But I guess the reason why this was such a big story is because I guess most of the people who are viral on TikTok are the ones who have the music. They're doing the dancing. They're doing stuff that has something involved with music. So this was interesting. I want to read what UMG had actually put out, the message that they put out here. Let me get that pulled up. So it's an open letter to the artist and songwriter community and why we must call a timeout on TikTok. So they said that our core mission is simple. It's to help our artists and songwriters attain their greatest creative and commercial potential. To achieve these goals, our teams employ their expertise and passion to strike deals with partners all around the world, partners who take seriously their responsibilities to fairly compensate our artists and songwriters and treat the user experience with respect. One of those partners is TikTok, an increasingly influential platform with powerful technology and a massive worldwide user base. As with many other platforms with whom we partner, TikTok's success as one of the world's largest social platforms has been built in large part on the music created by our artists and songwriters. Its senior executives proudly state publicly that music is at the heart of the TikTok experience, which is what we just said. And our analysis confirms that the majority of content on TikTok contains music, more than any other major social media platform, which makes sense. Because like we said, on TikTok, you're doing the 60-minute video, or not 60 minutes, 60-second videos, doing whatever you're doing with music in the background. And I'm not going to read all of this, but basically what UMG is saying is that based on the content, TikTok accounts for only about 1% of UMG's total revenue. So to me, what I took away from this was that UMG wants a bigger piece of the pie. They see that TikTok is a very, very huge community. So if we're going to be licensing our music out to you, we're giving you the ability to use our music, we want more of the revenue that you guys are making. We see that you guys have the biggest platform in the world, and I think that the music industry is still trying to find out how to market artists in this social media internet era. I don't think that they figured out how to do that yet.
But you know what's so crazy about that though? I feel like TikTok is good and bad at the same time. When I say good and bad, I mean certain people. Perfect example. when Steve Lacy dropped his last album, right? He was going on tours, and the song Bad Habit was so big, but it was so big because of TikTok. And then when he had his shows and he was going through his catalog of songs, people wasn't knowing the songs.
Right.
And I was just like, what? Like,
yeah.
I was just like, so y'all went to see an artist off of one song?
I think
insane.
That is insane. I think that's bad for people like us who really,
like us, I guess you could say,
like how we say, like we listen to B-sides and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think it can be a good thing. Well, so let me read what TikTok had to say. Let me read what TikTok, because TikTok, they did respond, and it'll kind of make everything make more sense. So this is a statement to Universal Music Group from TikTok. It is sad and disappointing that Universal Music Group has put their own greed above the interest of their artists and songwriters. Despite Universal's false narrative and rhetoric, the fact is they have chosen to walk away from the powerful support of a platform with well over 1 billion users that serves as a free promotional and discovery vehicle for their talent. TikTok has been able to reach artist-first agreements with every other label and publisher. Clearly, Universal's self-serving actions are not in the best interest of the artists, songwriters, and fans. So, to me, I think neither one of them are looking out for the artists. I can tell you that right now. Neither one of them looking out for the artists. Both of them are trying to make the most amount of money and revenue that they can possibly make. I think UMG, since they're trying to figure out how to promote their artists, I think what they're seeing is that, like the example that you just gave with Steve Lacy, his song can go viral on TikTok, and since it goes viral on TikTok, it's going to be put into playlists. It's going to be included into playlists, which means it's going to get obviously more listens. So I think UMG is like, we want more of the pie. Like, we want more of what's being of the money that's being generated from, you guys are making the song go viral, but we're licensing it to you for you to be able to play it on your platform. So we want more. We want more.
We provide the platform, so we want more money.
Yeah, and I think it's so crazy to me how instantly, when this message, when they announced this, all of the videos on TikTok that had UMG artists on it are now muted instantly. Like, that's a crazy thought.
That is crazy.
That's a crazy thought that we're still in a time where artists are getting signed to these major labels, and these major labels can just pull the plug whenever they want to. Like, that's insane to me.
Man.
Like, that's so insane to me.
Crazy, bro.
Because you would think that with stories like this, that a long time ago, there should have been a community of people that created an entire subdivision of independent labels or something to that effect. Now, I don't know how that would work. I don't have the answers. I'm not in the industry. I don't know anything. But you would just think that, the artists have been fighting for this for so long. Why has there not been an independent structure made somewhere?
Man.
Or something.
Yeah, man. You would think by now it's some type of. Yeah, that's insane.